would lose out on a lot of stuff.
Like what?
The biggest issue I see is that we would not be well represented. Like we would be horribly underrepresented.
Aren't we already?
No, you have.
What are you talking about?
You have a provincial government.
Okay.
You have the federal government.
Okay.
The provincial government is going to do things for you that the federal government won't. Under this 51st state, we would get one senator. No, you get one senator, 2 congressional representatives, and 1 governor. Mm-hmm. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is, someone made this comparison. Like, it was kind of like a parody, but the guy also knows what he's talking about, so he kind of decided to like humor the situation and see what it would actually kind of play out like in an ideal situation. And he's like, the closest comparison that you can make is California.
Yeah.
Because California is about 34, we're about 36, whatever. Like, it's pretty close. It's within a couple million population size. And California is also one of the biggest states in the U.S.
Okay.
California generally will complain about their underrepresentation because how
100%.
the fuck does California have the same amount of senators
For sure.
as, like, North Dakota?
Yeah.
How the fuck does, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Canada, being even bigger geographically, would go through the same issues.
Right. I've heard this argument before, and the point is that you wouldn't live in Canada anymore. Like, you wouldn't live up here. You would go live elsewhere, because even for you, me, pretty much everybody here, honestly, even in all of our industries, I would say majority in the middle class, we would be in a better position if we geologically changed where we live. And we would have that. We don't need to like have a visa. We don't need to think. I could start applying to jobs in Texas.
I think you would be deported.
I wouldn't be.
I think you would.
I wouldn't be. You know why?
Why?
Because technically I'm asylum here.
Yeah, but then that...
I was asylum from...
You're very confident in the fact that would get grandfathered in, but I wouldn't be so sure.
Even if it doesn't get grandfathered in, I get full expungement for what I've done.
Ooh,
it's not drug case. It's because...
Well, why can't you go back now?
I can go back. I just need to get it expunged.
And what's the process for that? Remind me.
It's just like $2,000
okay.
you pay. I'm just like, I don't really go to the States.
If this were to happen, you just do it.
I would just do the $2,000.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, honestly,
because I call around and one guy's like 27, and then the next 3 guys are like, it's $2,700. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's not 2G. It's not 20 Gs.
For me, if I wanted to live in America, I would just live in America.
Yeah, but you don't. Not everybody has that.
No, I know. So when someone asks me like this 50 straight, I'm like, I just think it's a bunch of bullshit. But I'm in a unique position. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who are dualies like me.
You're a fucking Dodge Ram 3500 dually, bro.
Dually, bro.
Fucking
dually in the back with the fucking balls hanging out on the toe hitch.
Dude, Dave Picton style. Jesus Christ. Dude. Those guys had dolls and stuff too on the back. It was weird.
Those are kind of creepy. I've seen a few of those. Not just the Picton ones, but I've seen some of those guys with like fucking like Chucky dolls in the back. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? This kind of... I get you trying to be funny, but this is kind of weird.
Yeah. They asked this one guy with like punk style look. They're like, hey, you think our generation is fucked? He's like, yeah. He's like, why? He's like, look at me. I look fucking retarded.
Funniest thing hair. I saw yesterday, I was out shopping just for groceries, like a block away from my place.
Yeah.
And I walk because it's close. So I'm walking to the bakery.
Yeah.
And there's a Cybertruck that's parked right on the street.
Okay. And
I shit you not, a fucking homeless guy opens the passenger door to get in. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then inside are all these dolls that we're talking about, like the fucking weird ones. And the interior is like custom interior. It's like blacked out, but it's got like weird fucking dolls and weird artwork. And then I keep walking and I look at the license plate. Texas. I'm like, makes sense. I would figure a place like Texas has someone like that.
Bro, it's just so unnecessary. The other thing is like I would think a majority, there'd be a lot of people that would want to leave Canada. I think there's a lot more people that have stayed kind of quiet, or they just can't, or for tax purposes doesn't make sense, or things along this line. But the benefits of being still Canada, or yes, you're represented, yes, you do have some type of healthcare. Without the mixes, you're not actually there's a certain amount of criminals that aren't allowed up here, that are American criminals, things along this line. Sure, but economically, like, I don't think I would want to live in Vancouver or have financial ties to here as much. I would, I kind of try to do that stuff way before all of you guys, but I always wanted to like go to the U.S. like the whole fucking time. That was my whole fucking plan.
I get it. And you're not the only one. There's a lot of people that have tried to go to the States, but they couldn't, so they settled for Canada.
Yeah.
Because they got in for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And this is almost like a win-win for them, because they're like, wow, like now I don't even need to try to get in. Now I just become in by default.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Regardless, man, it's fucking... I think the most interesting thing about this whole little 51st state saga is that somehow it's still like a thing. People, I think, thought that it would just be like a one-off comment by Trump and then he would move on. But it's been a thing for like weeks now. It's like every week it's like another comments, another thing. Wow, dude, this is wrapped to shit, by the way.
So is your mustache. But hey, I ain't complaining. Guys, if nobody's noticed so far, Hector's mustache, it's gone. And
it's on the come up, don't worry.
No, it's on the come up after. It's like Drake on the come up after he got called a pedophile. It's a hard come up. It's a hard come up,
bro.
It's a hard come up. Okay, because that was years of like determination. Years, like how many years did you have?
You
that?
also know that like my growth right now is really fast. This is
no, Hector. I'm sure you're gonna get your mustache right. I'm just busting your balls,
3
bro.
3 days growth, which is actually annoying because that's the one thing I didn't like about. Because like I said, we not on the pod but earlier. Like, why'd you do this? So I just wanted to see what fucking me clean shaven looked like. To keep it up, I'd have to shave every 2 days. Like, fuck, man. Like it's a lot.
Do you like the look though?
It's what I was telling Sabrina is that I don't hate the look, but I don't need it right now. Like,
what does that even mean?
I benefit myself, at least I feel personally. I benefit myself to have an older look for what I am. Cleaning me up makes me look younger.
No,
Not significantly.
I don't think this is much younger than what you are. I think maybe clean. Shaving.
No, that's what I mean by clean.
But I think if you just keep it at this level and shave like once a week, this is a good look for you too.
This is also it's also not a bad one. I'm talking like clean.
I would want to see. I would want to rejudge how you look after I shave your head bald, and then I want to look at you and see how it looks. Yeah. Because right now you still have on the side. I mean, if I didn't know that your hairline's receding, I'd just be like, this guy has a buzz cut and he's clean shaven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
but you have many good looks, my friend. I think honestly, man. What do you weigh right now?
Actually, I need to be weighing myself today. I'll tell you.
We can weigh you right now.
I would guess. Okay, sure.
We can weigh you right now. You wanna go weigh you?
Dude, yeah, sure. But this, seriously, man, this is awful. What the fuck? You're good. What happened?
I just didn't have. You were on a subject note, and I didn't want to say, like, hey, can you pass me filter paper? And I just literally made it out of nothing.
Yeah, it's not the filter that's fucking me up. It's like how you wrap the paper around it. It's so loose. It's like
a terrible wrap.
Yeah, it's like, when you take a shit. It's like,
here, I'll put this out. I'll put this out. I'll make another one.
Roasted to the end.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. Let's go weigh you real quick.
All right. I think.
What do you think? Dude,
I'm like 208. That's a lie. Like, at least make it believable. All right, so one more time, any friend who's listening, 216.8 according to the.
What a fat fuck you are,
dude.
Jesus. Listen, no, if
actually, the one interesting thing about that, because I did weigh myself at one point at the beginning of the year, when I was not doing anything at all, and same weight, so a bit of body recomposition there. But this is not the end. No, it's like don't think that I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm cool.
No, bro. Listen.
But yeah, one positive thing about that, a little bit of body recomp, which is nice.
once you get the gyno out, Hector, bro, you just
That's
fucking
2 pounds right there.
That's
Pound per tit.
yeah, 750 milligrams, at least 3/4 of an ounce of blow. Listen, listen. I think once you get that out, I think if you slim down a little bit, you'd be fine. For you just want to be shredded and just like, you know, in good shape.
Yeah, just good shape is the goal.
Yeah.
That's really it.
You don't want to be on steroids.
No.
Do you?
Well, wait, do you?
You sure? Yeah, man. Do you know who Bill Cooper is?
That sounds very familiar. Can you remind me who that? Can you remind
Bill
me?
Cooper was a guy in like the 70s and 80s who used to make these videos about the government, and he was like a public spokesperson, very knowledgeable, extremely knowledgeable about just elitist mentality, how they govern, what they do, things like this. He wasn't taken very seriously because back then there was even a bigger, I guess, renaissance on a UFO, you know, foreign objects in the air and things along this line.
Yeah, some of his ideas are a bit out there.
Yeah, so I think back then he wasn't taken very seriously, but
yeah,
looking kind of back, he kind of was a genius of his time. Like, he was one of the guys that was talking about the the Twin Towers getting hit with an airplane 30 years prior to that happening.
Yeah,
and he literally
probably people got inspired by that. They're like, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Let's do that. Yeah, I see here. Cooper described HIV/AIDS as a man-made disease used to target blacks, Hispanics, and homosexuals, and that a cure was made before it was implemented. You know, fair enough.
But even like right now, even not among the conspiracy theorists, there's ways of prevention against AIDS for all people, and there's ways of living with AIDS for all people now. Like, there's no, you don't die from AIDS in Canada in G7 nations.
After like 40 years of like research and development.
Yeah.
I'd hope so. Right? It's the same way that like now you can live with like HPV, and you can live with all these STIs that you should fucking what is it? Is it chlamydia or syphilis that'll basically like
Syphy.
put you into a coma?
Syphy.
Yeah,
Syphy will you'll corrode your body, bro.
That used to like fuck your shit up pretty bad.
Oh, dude, that's why they had wigs back in the day.
And now it's just shot a penny and you're good to go.
Remember back in the day, like Thomas Jefferson, he had a wig because all those guys had.
Hold on, remember back in the day? Remember the days of Jefferson? No, dude. What do you mean? Remember back in the day? What am I remembering? Fucking
1855.
Abe Lincoln out here.
Yeah, dog. No, Abe was solid, but
hey, remember when light was invented?
That's one of the reasons they had wooden teeth and fucking no hair was because they would lose their teeth and their hair due to syphilis.
Yeah,
Syphy was fucking nasty.
Yeah, dude, it was really rough. And now, like I said, just a shot of penny.
Can you imagine? Like, yo, we got it good, bro.
Got it real good.
Syphy was wild, bro. Honestly, like, I'm so glad that we're not hitting on girls when there was syphilis, or like, not that, but when there was no cure for syphilis.
Well,
because that's fucking...
Yeah, I know, but that's a weird one, too, because back in those days, right, like, people didn't sleep around as much as they did now. Like, I'm sure guys fucked, for sure, but...
You think so? I think they probably fucked more.
The idea of, like, a casual pickup, or, like, a casual fling with someone wasn't really, like...
I think standards were lower, though.
You would either... You commit to someone for, like, the rest of your life, and then you'll have, like, side things in between here and there, but those are generally going to be with other, like, quote-unquote clean people. The problem with syphilis and, like, the clap and all that shit is, you know, gay people had to sneak around and do whatever they did, and then, you know, degenerates would go and have sex with fucking prostitutes and go to brothels. And, like, that's not the cleanest place to be doing that sort of thing.
So only degenerates go to brothels, Hector?
Back then, dog.
What about now?
In the 1890s?
What about now?
Bro, in
who goes to brothels
1855, now? Thomas Jefferson. If you're telling me that you're just going to go to a fucking saloon and then go, like, fuck prostitutes? Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's a huge scandal. If you, all of a sudden, you get, like, found out that you're there, like, that's the end.
That's it.
Yeah. Now it's like, whatever.
So how do you feel about Trudeau... Trudeau quitting on us?
Fuck me. Yo, you know what's funny?
What? What is funny, Hector?
I called into the radio
Which radio?
Like, what was I doing? I had to, I had a loaner truck because my, the blue one was in an accident when I was in Kelowna.
Jesus. Again?
No. This is different. Literally this one, brand new.
Yeah.
It had all of like 2,000 kilometers on it.
Did you not crash your work truck as well?
No, this is my work. You mean all like the gray one? Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's like A, different truck, and B, that was actually mine, so that hurt more. This one, I was in a hotel parking lot. I was trying to leave, and this Dodge Ram just backed into me. So
His fault.
yeah, and he was super apologetic. He's like, "Oh, sorry, dude." New driver. He was like maybe like 25. So I was no fault, whatever. Dealership takes it. But anyways, I had my courtesy truck. And it's on it's like a 2017, 18 like F-150, so XLT, so it doesn't have anything. So it had like a CD player and like all this like shit. One of the radios was on or whatever, and I'm listening, and it was a local radio, kind of like a CKNW sort of thing, and they were talking about when Chrystia Freeland was fired, but then when she quit on Trudeau the day before she was supposed to give the financial update to the nation. And so then, that was like a big deal, and people were talking about it, and then I'm listening, and they're like, call us if you want to, like, like voice your input.
Yeah.
Dude, I called in.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I was like, fuck it. So I'd never called the radio before. I didn't know what to expect. So you literally, all you do is it's like star, whatever, 855, what do they tell you? And then a guy or a girl will pick up and tell you, hey, like, what are you calling in for? And you say like a quick thing. And they're like, okay, let's put you on hold. And then it's funny because I have the radio so I can hear it. And they're like, all right, we got our next caller here, Hector from Poco. What do you got to say about this? And then I said some shit that I was like, I was unhappy with the Liberal Party, and Trudeau was shooting themselves in the foot the longer he stayed on. So I was like, the longer that Trudeau stays on, the more Canadians will have a negative outlook on the Liberal Party in general.
Okay.
Best thing you do is step down, remove himself from the situation, and people can start to, I don't want to say forgive the Liberals, but they can start to view them as a Liberal Party instead of like Trudeau's party. And that was the biggest issue that I saw. And so I just said like a quick thing about that. So I'm super fucking happy that he did what he did.
Yeah.
Should have done it way earlier. He had many opportunities to do so. But I guess in a caucus meeting, they were like, hey, dude, like,
get the fuck out of here.
Literally get the fuck. Who knows? He probably realized that a year until actual elections, there's no chance he's gonna like rerun to get elected. If you do it last minute, you screw the next person because they're gonna have no
chance.
No chance. No
and
time
they
to
don't.
build a campaign.
They don't have.
I mean, they don't have, but it'd be even worse later. So
Yeah. like I think. Is it Christy Clark that wants to run it?
I heard that.
I was like, that's a terrible thing.
You
to
know
do.
what's funny? Someone
They're
said,
definitely going to lose after that.
Someone said, I was reading some comments about that, and they're like, I would rather be the 51st state than have Christy Clark be the Prime Minister of Canada.
Are you fucking kidding me? But no, I don't think. There's another guy, his name is Vanush, or this Indian guy. Is it Vanush or Arsh or something like that? And it's this like 58-year-old governor of Brampton or something.
Weird.
And he doesn't speak French.
Yeah.
He's not bilingual, so he's like, it's not about. And they're like, hey, you're not bilingual. And he's like, it's not about if my linguistics are up to par. It matters what the speech is. We're gonna do better. And I'm just like,
okay,
you guys are doomed.
The thing is, if you're smart and you're within the Liberal Party and you're considering running for leadership, you're probably going to want to stay away from this election run.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're going to get slaughtered. So why fuck your future up by running now?
Yeah.
Like, even if you're considered a front runner.
But there's no real runner-ups that would be a good match for Pierre.
There are some front runners.
Pierre's so, like, Jagmeet's not even in the run. Like, people don't even talk about that. It's Pierre or really nothing. When people talk to him on podcasts, you know what they say? They say, in about a year, about 10 months in a year, you're going to have this nation. He's like, how does that feel? And he's just like, it's kind of known because he's had like a 2-year fucking span of running.
The biggest risk in politics is being the front runner, because all that can happen to you is just you fuck it up.
Yeah, true.
Like,
I honestly think this
when
is
you-
not a blessing to win this because he's going into something that's
That too.
such a fucking
That too.
mess.
That too.
Like, what are you winning, really? A bunch of fucking headaches.
Yeah. So, but he's wanted it. He said he's wanted it. I'm going to turn the country around. I'm going to do all this. I'm like, okay. It's like, no.
The only problem I have with him and Trump is this. They're both Jew lovers and they're both Chinese lovers. Like,
Trump's not a Chinese lover. He's
been bought. He's been bought by Chinese.
Tariff. He's
Now
doing
he,
tariffs on the Chinese.
yeah,
dude.
now.
He doesn't want to BYD in.
Now. But I'm telling you, all these guys on the way up got money in their pockets from Jews and Chinese. It's just there's a lot of heavy-duty Jewish and Chinese investors around the world. If you're a runner-up in politics, you're going to cross their paths. I'm not saying anything surprising, guys.
No.
I'm just saying that is the case. These are not like these guys can be bought as well, is what I'm trying to say.
It's not that they can be bought. It's that their party interests are already spoken for. That's what it is. It's that at the end of the day, these guys don't rule without anyone having a say, right? Like they are bound by what their party is going to decide. As much as they can influence it one way or the other because it might be convenient for the party to do so because they realize, hey, if we do more things that Trump is wanting, the public eye will respond to that positively. So we're going to do that because we want to stay in office. We want to get reelected. And what do our electorates want? They want us to listen to what Trump's saying, like build a wall or, fuck the Chinese, fuck the Canadians, whatever. Like they'll just do it because they want to stay in. They're greedy cocksuckers like that.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
What's interesting is that money can influence a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
Where if you have a huge hedge fund and you say, you know what, we want to prop up farming, like we want that to be a bigger thing, they'll invest into farming states to say, hey, we're going to give you guys money to do what you need to do, but you need to push your Congress, like your people in office, to loosen certain laws so that we can take over more land so that you guys can have access to more. You know what I mean? So like, but where does that start from? It starts from like the money. Right. And interesting enough, as you mentioned in the States, the Jewish influence is already like there because you have American, like, you know what I mean? Like that's already a thing. The Chinese one is interesting because that's actually that's an external foreign thing.
Yeah.
So there has been a big push by Americans to keep Chinese money out.
But not in Canada.
You can only do that so much.
But in Canada, Chinese money is actually...
It's been here for a while.
It's been here for a while.
Yeah.
And there is some Jewish influence as well. But I think here, it's mostly Chinese influence.
The big one here is Chinese influence, for sure.
And if your new MP is going up and there's videos online about him singing in Chinese for some Chinese foundation, you're like, well, you already took a paycheck, homie.
Yeah.
Right? What's for you not to take another paycheck? And we know for a fact, even if there is no clear balance between him and the Jews, he's spoken very good of Israel this whole time. He's never Pierre Poilievre.
Of course, dude. Come on.
He's been very good.
If you're a U.S. ally, you really think you're gonna go against Israel?
No, but
you may as well say fuck America.
But that's what Trudeau said for a while. That's what Trudeau said for a while.
No, but he didn't. That's why people were pissed. That's why he had all these fucking Palestinian protests. Why do you think you had all these fucking Palestinians in Canada saying "fuck Canada"?
Maybe,
blah, blah, blah,
but
blah.
I've heard Trudeau say
no. It's because the general outlook from Canada has been like, support Israel. Don't really acknowledge Palestine because we're seen as like the nation that stands up for people, but at the same time, you're an American ally, so you can't really be supporting these guys in particular.
Well, we don't really have an army or navy or anything really.
We do. It's just small. It's small. It's not. Because you don't need one because you have the
US,
states.
Yeah.
Right? That's the whole point. Because there's two reasons why that's the thing. One, you're allies, so like, okay, you guys are friends. But the other thing is we are of strategic importance to the states because
Russia.
We have the biggest unprotected border in the world. Anyone comes in, it's going to be through the north.
Yeah.
So it's your vested interest to protect that side of the border so that no one gets in, even if you don't like those guys.
But if you even look at the geography of the states, majority of the population is up north.
No, it's not north. It ends up being coast. It ends up being coast and border.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's basically
border and coast.
You take the U.S. and you you look at the outline.
Yeah.
That's where everyone lives.
Yeah.
No one lives in the middle.
Yeah.
No one lives in those central pockets. It's all
so fucked up. Those areas are so fucking weird weather, man. You got the hurricanes and all that shit.
it's always been like the most populated regions for like the entire human history has always been near
Coastal.
water.
Yeah.
You need water to live, right?
Yeah.
So whether it's the Nile in Egypt or whether it's ocean, it's gonna be near water.
It's fucking weird.
Has to be.
We're getting older, man, and like with that, majority of in certain sports they've already retired. Like in football, they have pretty short careers. So, guys we grew up with knowing in football, they've already kind of retired. But in basketball, it's kind of coming up where you got the Dwayne Wade that's already gone. Carmelo Anthony already gone. Kobe dead. Like,
bro, these guys have been gone for a while.
No,
They retired
but
10 years ago.
we're talking here like LeBron's on his way out.
That's the one.
And then
that's the one.
And then
that's the last one.
This really like kind of leaves a big fucking hole for everybody.
Yep.
And you can already kind of see it as a Laker fan because he's not very dominant like he used to be. He has the one-offs where he has a really good game, but it's the Lakers I don't think are up to par for any kind of championship run right now.
Well, the biggest weight for them, I mean, yeah, you could want to argue it's LeBron with his fatty contract, but the thing that LeBron does for you outside of his performance is his draw. Like he's a magnet, both in the league and to like fans as well. So
but you got a cap though. So it's like
no, I know, but what I'm saying is like even if you max him out and he doesn't deserve it for his performance, he's a magnet. People are going to want to play with him. People are going to want to watch him.
Financially,
so that's what I'm
makes
saying.
sense.
So you kind of have to take that hit.
Of course.
However, the other weight that I was going to get to, Davis.
Yeah,
that's a big one. Yeah. Like you are putting a lot of stock into that, and it's not really giving you much, and it's really tying you out from like being able to sign other guys.
Anything.
Like his max is what 40 or 45.
Remember last time we were looking, it was like 47.
Yeah. See, so okay, 47.
LeBron's at 47.
What could you get for 25?
You can get a lot for 25.
Right, like 2 times 25, you get some pretty good guys.
I think right now you can get Lillard for 25, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably less because he's aging too. He's like his last contract with the Bucks. He's older, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, I think because he's around. He's not Chris Paul age because Chris Paul's like fucking 30.
No, Chris Paul's with fucking Dwayne Wade in that.
Chris Paul's like LeBron, man. LeBron's 39, 40. But
LeBron is 40, no?
Yeah, let's just say Lillard. Get 2 Lillards for the price of a Davis.
Yeah, but the thing is like they've always played this big man game, and they always wanted like a really big power forward. So they've always kind of played that. Whereas like for example, the Suns, they've always played this like weird running game.
Yeah.
Even though they've had different coaches, they've kind of stayed to certain style of play.
D'Antoni started it, with the Suns way back, and it's kind of kept up. But dude, have you been looking at the fucking Cavaliers? Speaking of LeBron,
they're good.
What the fuck? What do you mean they're good? They're on pace to get like the fucking season record.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're good. Remember Eric Spoelstra from Miami?
Yeah.
So he just went over a divorce, and this is how cool Miami head office is. Hear me out. He gets the divorce done.
Mm-hmm.
6 days later, signs up max deal of $120 million for $120 million contracts days after divorce, like 2 days, 3 days after divorce.
Damn.
And then his wife, like his ex-wife,
retroactive.
She tried retroactive, and they're like, nope, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, I think those are like the W men divorces. Like you hear one of those every like decade. You know what I mean? Like a W guy.
The other one was Hakimi from soccer.
But that was like 10 years. How long ago was that?
2018, 2019.
Yeah, we're talking
5 years.
Yeah,
5 years.
20, what do you mean 580?
Hey, I'm in still 2024. All right, relax.
No, we're in 2025. Dog, that's like 7-8 years ago.
No, it was 6 years ago because it was after the World Cup.
8 years.
World Cup was 2018.
7 years ago.
6 years ago. What's
2025
minus 19?
You said 2018.
No, I said 2019.
Okay, that's 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a dub too.
Miami Heat is interesting that way because you're like, that's a W from them, whatever it's supposed to. They reward loyalty and performance when you give it, but if you don't play by their rules, they will fuck you.
Yeah.
Like that's what Butler's going through right now.
Yeah.
Butler thought he could do all that, make all these waves, whatever, max contract,
Didn't they win a championship with him?
No, almost got to the finals.
Yeah.
Twice. Pat Riley is a dog.
Yeah.
Like, he does not give a fuck because he's been around for a while and with the greatest of the greats in the sport. So he won't be bullied in a negotiation, no matter who the fuck you are. And so right now, Butler's feeling that right now, where he's basically just being frozen. They suspended him. They literally suspended him.
Yeah. But like, bro, this is the thing.
Because that also fucks them. You know that, right? Like, by suspending one of your top players, you reduce their stock in value for that. Even when you want to trade them, they're going to be worth less because they haven't been playing.
Yeah.
But they don't care because that's what they're about. They're like, you do this with us, we don't care.
Yeah.
Like, we'll fuck you.
Don't you find that this is like the Greek Colosseum and feeding the Christians to the animals? It's kind of like what sports is. It's kind of like made to distract us. Bill Cooper was talking about this.
This is not a new concept, of course.
Yeah,
it's
it's kind of
there's a term for it called bread and circus.
Yeah,
bread and circus. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool because we're interested in seeing like the most interesting sports, blah blah blah. Just like naturally you kind of grow around it. But realistically, if we knew none of it and we didn't keep up with any of it, for the pod's sake, that's different. But personally, wouldn't change a thing for us. No, absolutely not. It's like information we have that's just subjectively useful.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Well, it's natural. It's a natural human need to be entertained. Like, that's just, you're gonna find it one way or another.
Yeah.
You do it through sports, or you don't. You do it through a hobby. You do it through movies, TVs, music, whatever you decide to do it. You know, objectively, it's not driving you forward, but it does have a purpose, and a useful one too.
Do you want to end it on that?
Sure.
You got any quotes?
Coats or quotes?
Quotes.
I got many quotes, and I only got some quotes.
I got one.
Hit me with it.
A horny man can lose everything in a day. Success requires sexual discipline. As a man, lust is your first enemy to conquer.
Not bad.
It's not bad. All right, bro. We're out.
Peace.
Fuck, bro. We're gonna zero out that fucking nutsack or what?
Dude, where the fuck is your mouse?
Huh? See what I'm saying?
No, this is some bullshit mouse. Red Thunder?
No. You gotta plug it in.
It's not plugged in.
I think you gotta plug it in. You still recording?
Yeah.
Press the thing, bro.
I don't know which button it was.
Press the fucking space bar.